Hey everyone, welcome back to Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. I am Eric, and today I have a special uncorking. Ardbeg Blaaack 2020 committee release. As always here on the channel, I will give you a nose taste finish review of this single malt scotch, tell you a little bit about the value, give you my final thoughts and a final preliminary score of this whiskey. But first, a bit about Ardbeg, the committee release, and the black. So, Ardbeg, heavily peated single malt Scotch in the Islay region of Scotland. Committee release, every year they do a special release whiskey, first done under its committee release, which is usually bottled at a higher ABV, and later in the year they will do a regular standard release. All the committee releases come with a tan label like this, and it's something different each year. Basically, this is a celebration of Ardbeg, and this year's theme is the Ardbeg Blaaack. And so let me tell you a little bit about this one. So this is the 2020 version. It says our whiskey creators have rounded up the finest Pinot Noir wine casks from New Zealand to mature a celebratory dram that knits together velvety summer fruit pudding and bitter cherry with a deeper edge of soot and Ardbeg's hallmark smoke, truly a whiskey apart. Here on the back it says, a close-knit tribe. Among the whitewashed walls of Islay stands a black sheep, Ardbeg, the island's divergent distillery. Defined by its turbulent history, revered for the drams it produces, and envied for its unorthodox attitude, Ardbeg is a whiskey that stands out in the crowd. And in a corner of every field, in every far-flung place, you'll find an Ardbeg committee member. This special whiskey celebrates our dyed-in-the-wool Ardbegian flock, those souls dedicated to preserving the inimitable taste of Ardbeg by hook or by crook. So they're definitely going for a, well, black sheep theme here for its 2020 committee release. You can take a closer look at the label. As you can see, they actually have a black sheep on here. The dog on the back, a bit more about it. So this whiskey is bottled at 50.7% ABV. No mention on here about color being added or about chill filtration. So unfortunately, we can just assume that this has probably been chill filtered and color added. Although I will add that with most Ardbegs, they do not chill filter their whiskey. So even though it doesn't mention it on here, you know, it's very likely that this is not chill filtered, but since they don't say it explicitly, we don't know 100% sure. Okay, so this is the 20th anniversary committee release. Very exciting. All right, enough about all that. Let's get this in the glass and see how the black stacks up. Smells like an Ardbeg for sure. Smoky. All right, let's get some of this in the glass, y'all. This will be the first ever Pinot Noir wine cask finished whiskey I've ever had, so this should be pretty interesting. All right, set that aside. Poured a nice healthy taster here. Here is the color we're looking at, kind of a light gold with a slight reddish hue. All right. Okay, let's get into the Ardbeg Blaaack committee release. Right away on the nose, you get that signature Ardbeg smoke. It's very mineral. It's very seaweed, marine influenced earthiness. The sweetness of the wine cask is there. It's almost like cherry raspberry. There's a chocolate note for sure. The smoke is not center stage. It is definitely playing nice with this wine cask finish. It does not say how long the wine cask finish was, but this is a non-age statement whiskey as well. So We don't know quite how old it is. My guess is it's probably in that 7 to 9 year range. Could even be the Ardbeg 10 just finished in a wine cask. We don't know because they don't tell us. Wow, though. The nose on this is really, really nice. It's the fruit notes you're getting are like, it's like, you know, jam or jelly that you put on a toast in the morning for breakfast. It's just a really kind of concentrated sweetness, cherry, raspberry. It's almost a little bit of like a cranberry note too. There's also that kind of a meatiness to it. It's got like a little bit of almost a barbecue smoke to it. Subtle though. Oh, wow. I'm a sucker for smoky whiskeys with sherry or wine influences, and man, the nose on this is just great. Little bit of saltiness. Wow. But as it sits here, even in the glass, that fruit note, apple, raspberry, cherry, just really popping out. Not an artificial cherry though. I don't want to confuse it. It's definitely like a dark cherry. Okay, so that's what we're getting on the nose. It's time to taste this bad boy, cilantro. Wow. Okay, right away. Citrus, salt. It's like a lemon orange citrus, followed by a little saltiness, and then just heavy fruit, almost tobacco, leathery notes. The smoke is there. It's going all the way through. Apple, still there. A little bit of that cherry. I've never got a cherry note quite as strong as I do on this, but it is not by any means overpowering. It's playing really nicely with everything else. Development, oily, rich, viscous, spicy. Cinnamon, anise, allspice. As it goes into the finish, it's a nice long finish. It's like a mintiness. There's a minty chocolate, a little bit of that cherry. Smoke is still there, bit of the ashiness. This is a good one. Okay. This is a well put together whiskey. Some of the more recent releases have been a little hit and miss when it comes to the committee releases from Ardbeg. Last year's Drum, which was a rum finish, got pretty mixed reviews from folks. The year before that, the Grooves, which was also wine cask, a little bit more welcomed, but still had some divisiveness around it. For fans of Ardbeg, I think this is going to be a welcome addition to the committee release line. They've done a good job with this. Everything's just working really well here. It's not presenting itself in a way that's like, it tastes artificial or rushed. This thing almost feels like it's older than it is. We don't know for sure, but we know it's a youngerish spirit. All right. I'm gonna put a little bit of water on this. 50.7%. So I'm gonna put about a teaspoon or so. Oh yeah. Oil coming right to the top. Starting to get a little bit of cloudiness, which may signal that it is non-chill filtered, like most Ardbegs. Wow. Okay. Nose now. With the addition of water, more sweetness, more citrus. But it's like a nice, well-rounded citrus. It's not bright and sharp. It's like it's just blended in there really nice. Wow, that cherry note too. Dark cherry, plum. And it's a nice medium body, medium strong body on this. Oh, wow. Smoke's still there. It's just like a nice, dark, smoky cherry that you're getting off of this. It's the dominant notes. It's really impressive. This is just a great nose. I just personally love the nose on this. I could sit and nose this for a long, long time. A little bit of chocolate. There again, there's that kind of, you know, that earthiness that you get from Ardbeg, that kind of seaweed, mineral notes that you get out of Ardbeg. It's there. And it's not just like an overcoat, right? It's not as if the finish is just like it's overpowering the standard notes that you get out of Ardbeg. It really seems like it's blended well, or aged well together in the cask, rather. Okay, another taste here. Right away again, this is just nice, sweet, fruity cherry. A little more bitter now with the addition of water. Smoke is still there, but it's become more ashy. Lemon. Again, that kind of leathery note still there too. Chocolate, a little bit more assertive now. I think with the addition of water, what you're finding is that the kind of brightness, the intensity of that spice has definitely moved into the background. You're getting a lot more of a chocolate cherry cordial type thing going on now with a nice ashiness. It's not super drying ashiness. It's almost kind of juicy. Finish is shortened up a little bit. Still a little bit of that mint. It's like a nice cool mint, like mint chocolate chip ice cream almost. Cherry note in the background. Raspberry again, plum. This is a really, really impressive one. I can tell you already that this is my favorite Ardbeg committee release of the last couple of years. I think this is better. This is leaps and bounds better than the drum. I think it's even more interesting and dynamic than the grooves, and I think it's a step above the Kelpie. Yeah. Here's one more look at the bottle. Black. I'm digging it. Okay, so cost-wise, this is a pretty exclusive whiskey. You're not going to find it on the shelf. If you know somebody who owns a whiskey shop, they may have a few that they've got in behind their behind their front counter or in the back room. You're going to probably have to ask for this one. And if you do and they have it, you're going to be looking at an unfortunate $140 to $150. This is 20 to 30 bucks more US than last year's drum or the grooves of 2018. So the prices went up. This is definitely a fanboy whiskey. If you don't have that kind of bang to throw down on a committee release, the Ardbeg Blaaack standard release will be on shelves in the next 4 months or so, and you'll be able to get that. It'll be a lower ABV, but you'll definitely get the opportunity to at least try the profile. So if you're interested in spending the money, swing to your local shop, call your friends who are fans of Ardbeg and may have a line on who's got some of these. They'll go quick. But this one is going to be worth picking up if you can afford it. This is a good one. I'm really excited to see what oxidization is going to do to this in the bottle. So my preliminary final score here on the Ardbeg Blaaack is going to be a 4 out of 5, which is that I recommend picking up a bottle of the committee release. definitely will recommend picking up a bottle of the standard release later this year. So keep your eyes peeled, call who you need to call. Maybe a friend of yours has already got a bottle and will share a sample. If you're into smoky whiskeys, if you're into smoky whiskeys with a wine finish, want to try something different, or just love Ardbeg, you're going to be happy with the Ardbeg Blaaack. This is a step up for sure from the drum from last year, and I think this is going to put smiles on a lot of folks' faces. So I hope you all get a chance to try this, and I'll catch you next time here on Malt Muser Whiskey Reviews. Salanchi, y'all.